Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today I have another tutorial for you and it is obviously on this look right here. I have the same intro for like every tutorial. Obviously the makeup I'm wearing is the look that I created. So I love these neutral looks. I probably have filmed 1,000 of these and they're all very similar, but I use different products and change up lip colors and things like that. So if you want to see how I created this look, keep watching. I have already gone ahead. I primed the skin using Too Faced Hangover Primer. It's my go-to. I love it. So I like to apply that and let it sink into the skin. I am going to do the eyes before I do the face today. It's not really a rhyme or reason. I just find that I do my eyes first and then do my base. It's just my routine. You obviously do what you're most comfortable with, but I am going to prime. I'm going to be using MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. So I just get my finger and just pat that in. I'm going to take a little bit underneath as well. Pulling out an eyeshadow favorite here for today. It's a Studio Makeup On The Go eyeshadow palette. We received 2 of these in our BoxyCharm subscriptions. If you are subscribed, you must have these. We did receive a purple cooler tone one. Also received this neutral one, which is called Warm Me Up, and this palette is everything. Oh my gosh, I use this all the time. It's perfect. It's got everything I need for neutral tones and some, you know, brighter colors here to highlight with that I love. So I'm gonna stick with this ivory shade right here, and that's what we're gonna use to set that paint pot. On to this more light brown shade. This is going to be my transition. I'm taking this all the way in. It's basically the whole crease area. I'm just kind of going back and forth. In between every shade that I apply, I do like to go in with a fluffy brush that has no product on it and just kind of blend out edges. Now I want to start deepening things up a tad bit, so I'm going to go in with a detailed brush in this brown right here, and I'm just going to focus that on the outer corner. And of course going in with that fluffy brush. Whatever's left on the brush from that brown, I am going to start to take a little bit of that into the crease. I'm going to go in that dark brown again, but I'm going to work on the inner part of the eye. I'm not going to go to the tear duct, but just this little triangle right here. We're kind of doing the halo effect technique. So just lightly. A bigger, like tapered brush, but it's still a little fluffier, so it won't deposit too much. I want it to be softer here than it is out here. I want this to be darker, but this to be slightly lighter, maybe a shade difference. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm taking it into that crease very lightly. All right, so now let's add some shimmer and some depth to this look. And of course, I'm gonna go in with this beautiful color right here. But before I do that, I am going to dampen my lids just a touch. How I'm gonna do that is just use my Farmacy Skin Dew spray. And I'm actually gonna just spray the tip of my finger here. And I'm gonna pat the center of the lid. And then I'm going to go in with my finger, which is still a little bit damp and tacky. And I'm going in with that product. Look at that. And I'm going to just stamp that. You will go over some of that brown, but that's okay. We'll fix that. And then I'm gonna go on the very center with this very bright ivory shade. We're just gonna go back in and build up a little bit more of that color. I'm actually gonna mix a little warmth in there with that camel shade. And I'm gonna kind of just put it to the edge so you have that shimmer, something a little bit lighter, and then we're getting back to the deeper shade. Now just with a detail brush that's going to be a little bit smaller than my finger, I am just going to add a little bit right in the very center of that ivory shimmer shade. And I'm also going to do the inner corner of the eye. I am going to go in with that fluffy brush again and buff out these edges here. I'm actually going to take this ivory shade once again. I'm going to put product on that and then use that to help buff out those edges. If you do find you're having trouble buffing out a darker shadow, just go into like an ivory color and go over. Now with a flat definer brush, I'm going to go in with that very dark brown, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to push this at the lash line. So I'm just kind of creating a little bit of extra darkness. You can even dip into the black a little bit. I'm going to flick up just so it looks like my lashes are going to continue on. But you're not getting that harsh line effect from like a liquid liner. Now using a brown gel eyeliner pencil. This is from NYX. This is the Tres Jolie brown shade. I love this. It's actually, it looks like a pencil one, but it cranks up in an automatic pencil, which is nice. Just going to wiggle that in my waterline. I am just going to take a touch of this on the outer part only of the bottom line. I'm not going to take it all in. I just want the darkness to focus and create that almond shape. Now I'm just going to do a quick curl of the eyelash here. And going in with the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Just add some serious volume to these lashes. If you're interested in seeing a beauty battle, I did battle this mascara out with the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Mascara. I'll link it down below if you're interested in seeing that. Before I go in with foundation, I do want to color correct this redness in my nose today. And to do that, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Neutralizer or color corrector, whatever you want to call it. This is called Pro Color Correcting. And there are 4 shades in here. They have a good range of like a concealer peachy shade, yellow, green, and violet. I'm going to go in with the green because that's going to correct the redness. It does have a little sponge in here, but I find that doesn't really do anything. So I just go in with my finger and I'm just going to press that into the skin. Okay, that's enough for now. That will definitely do it. And you can see that there's some good coverage on this. I don't have final thoughts on it. I'm still using it. But let's go in with foundation, another one that I've been testing out. And I'm not sure if this video is coming before or after, but I'm doing a review on it. And it's the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Compact. I don't know why I always forget the name of that. I'm in the shade Light, and we're going to apply this, not with the sponge it comes with. I'm actually using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I do like to use 2 different concealers, and my favorite little duo is the Age Rewind by Maybelline and Tarte Shape Tape. These 2 They're like a little love connection. I love them so much. So what I do is I just go in areas that I need to cover a little bit more redness with the Age Rewind, because this is pretty much my skin tone. And then I'll just brighten with the Tarte Shape Tape. I always blend out my concealer with a damp sponge. I'm loving this L'Oreal sponge. Can we just take a moment to talk about it? It's so good. Now for brightening, I just like to put that right here. A little bit goes a long way with this. It spreads far, so I don't go too far down. I need to brighten on my chin, a little on the Cupid's bow, just a touch between the brows and a little bit down the nose. Now I like to give my foundation a moment to sink in and kind of just mesh with my skin a little bit, and just take a moment because it still needs to settle and get into places that you might need to blend out, like under the eyes, that kind of thing. And if I go in with powder right away, it may be too tacky. So I'm just gonna give it a minute to set, and then we'll go in with powder. Things have started to settle, and I just wanna make sure I pat out. I have this one crease under my eye, and it always creases. So I'm gonna pat that with my finger, the warmth of my finger here. And then I'm gonna go right in with the RCMA No Color Powder. The container is over on the other side of the table, but I always put a bunch in the cap just because this packaging is no bueno. All right, and then I'm gonna look up and pat that out again with a damp sponge. I am gonna take that on the sides of the nose. I'm gonna go in with another powder for the face lightly, but I need that extra around my nose where foundation tends to break down. Now for the rest of the face where I don't want it to be so matte, I'm gonna go in with MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Medium, and I'm just gonna pat that. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows real quick. I use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and this is in Blonde, and then I go in with the Ulta Beauty Brow Tint in Medium, and that's basically it. And also, I don't always include my brow routine in my videos just because you can do your brows differently, or some people don't do their brows, but I have been doing this routine for several months now, so if you are interested in a new updated my brow routine, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do a completely dedicated video just to that. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows, and I'll be right back. I do wanna go in and actually put a little bit of color down below on the bottom lash line, but I don't wanna go crazy and make it too dark. I kind of like how the eye is lighter at the bottom, but I am gonna go in. I think I'll use maybe a mix of this one and that one, kind of like more the warm camel shade, and then this light brown. I'll just do that. And I'm just gonna keep that kind of on the outer corner. Just a very light little shadow. There, I like that. And let me just go ahead and put some mascara on the bottom lash line. Okay, now I do need to add some definition to this face because I'm looking a little flat. So, I mean, can you guess what I'm gonna use? The L'Oreal Glam Bronzer. I can't not use this, and I'm actually very upset that when I'm done with this, they don't have it anymore. What am I supposed to do? It's so good. Maybe I should stop using it for a little while. So I'm just gonna go ahead and warm up the face and kind of add some definition. Take this to the store and swatch it with other things, because so far I haven't ever found anything that I like this much. I mean, the Tarte Amazonian Clay bronzer in Park Ave Princess was always my favorite, but that one, I don't know, I think it's just too matte. And this one just has this perfect glow but not enough glow where you can't, you know, shape your face with it, if that makes sense. For highlighter today, I'm digging out an oldie but goodie. It's the Becca Champagne Pop. I used to use this all the time and I haven't used it in so long. So we're gonna be glowy today. Bam. For lips, I'm going in with the new Maybelline Matte lipsticks. This is their new nude. What do they call them? Nudie mattes or something like that. This is in Beige Babe number 545. Such a pretty nude. I have a hard time finding the right nude for me, but this formula is amazing. Color. I'm gonna leave the lips very soft like that. No liner. I don't want them to look too defined for this look, but I am gonna go in with a little bit of blush. I'm going in with Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this is in Plum Rose. And I kind of like how everything's very neutral on the skin, but I just want a little bit. And trust me, this color is not strong at all. If you're even a shade darker than me, it's not gonna work. I would say if you don't want this, or you know, don't have this, another option would be Tarte Exposed. That's perfect for this look. Now we've done all this work. Let's set it using Milani Make It Last. And that is the completed look. I love these tones. I probably have already done a tutorial similar to this, but these are my tones. This is what makes me feel beautiful. This is what makes me feel confident, and I think that's important. It's not about, oh, what this person's wearing and what that person's wearing. It's what you're wearing and what you feel most confident in, and I love a look like this. Something warm but neutral on the eyes, a very light lip, glowy skin, nice full brows. Can't forget those. And I hope you like this look. Obviously, you could put a bold color with it, but I've just been embracing this new Maybelline lipstick. I love it so much. Probably my new favorite nude right now. Truly, out of anything I've ever tried. I absolutely love this color. Definitely check out the line if you haven't already. That looks like it's it for me today. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you liked it. And of course, if you are new and have not subscribed yet, you know where that button lives. And also don't forget to hit that little bell right next to it, and that will notify you every time I upload a video. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.